Good afternoon, everyone. Today, I will be presenting the results of a 3-year aerial survey done in the New York Bight, focusing in on right whale findings. The survey ran from March 2017 to February 2019. It was supported by the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation, led by myself at Tetra Tech, with support from LGL, and my co-authors are Kate Lomack-McNair, Darren Ireland, and Megan Ricard. The project goals were to assess the distribution and spatiotemporal density and/or abundance, or relative abundance, of 6 large whale species. We looked at monthly, seasonal, and interannual variability. We also recorded behavioral data for every sighting, and once we had the sighting data, we then attempted to identify if there were any areas of particular habitat importance to these whales within the New York Bight. We photo ID'd any right whales when they were sighted as the situation allowed, and we recorded always all the relevant environmental variables for every sighting. We also opportunistically recorded any marine mammal and sea turtle sightings of other species. As you can see here, our study area was off of the coast of Long Island, out to beyond the continental shelf break. We flew these 15 lines every month for 36 months straight. In a 4-seater Part Navia, we had a pilot and co-pilot and a left and right observer. This area also matches the New York Department of State's offshore planning area, which, as we know, is an area slated for wind farm construction. Just a quick overview to let you see the results of all the 6 large whales: fin, sperm, say, blue, right, and humpback. We had a lot of sightings over the course of 3 years of these large whales. So, focusing in on the North Atlantic right whale, we had 15 groups in 3 years of 24 individuals sighted. The year 1 sighting rates were 2 times higher than year 3 and 3 times higher than year 2. Year 1 ran from February 2017 to March 2018. Right whales were sighted in the spring, fall, and winter, with the spring sighting rates roughly 2 times higher in the winter and 8 times higher than the fall. Most of the whales we saw were doing rest and slow travel, followed by medium and fast travel, mill, surface active mill, and in one case we had a probable foraging event. In December of 2019, 2 right whales were exhibited what we felt were socio-sexual behaviors, and we will be writing that up. This slide shows you the seasonal distribution of right whales. As you can see, again, most of them were sighted in the spring, followed by winter, then fall. And these boxes, the red boxes, are scaled to the number of animals in the sighting. And this slide shows graphically the same results. On the left, you see the monthly distribution of right whale sightings, and on the right, you see it by year 1, year 2, and year 3, with the light blue being year 1. April of year 1 was when we had the most sightings. So we divided the study area into 4 different habitat classes: nearshore, shelf, slope, and plain, with the definitions shown here on the slide. We calculated the overall and seasonal sighting rates for each of the priority large whale species within these habitat classes. And what we found for right whales is we had the highest occurrence of right whales on the shelf, 0.27 right whales per 1,000 kilometers of effort. This was followed by the most right whales on the nearshore portion of the habitat, followed by 1 on the plain, and none were seen on the slope. In this slide, you see our monthly abundance estimates as compared to the Roberts model, and they align, although we have more fluctuations, which makes sense based on that the data shown here is on sighting data as opposed to a model which has been smoothed out over 20 years. And the good news is that our findings align with Roberts and his model. You can also see that the average annual density that we calculated for right whales over the 3-year period was 0.107 per 1,000 kilometers squared. So an overall summary of our right whale findings: again, they were recorded in all 3 years. Sighting rates highest in year 1, followed by year 3. They were lowest in year 2. Our average annual density results were 0.107 per 1,000 kilometers squared. However, when you correct for the detectability bias, that number does change slightly. It goes up to 0.319 individuals per 1,000 kilometers squared. Sighting rates were highest during the spring, followed by winter, then fall, none in the summer. And right whales were recorded in the shelf, nearshore, and the plain, with the highest occurrence on the shelf, followed by the nearshore. Our findings do align with findings from these other publications, some of which were more to the north, and Witt's findings were in New Jersey, which was adjacent to our lines 1 through 4. A brief discussion of some of the highlights of our submissions to the New England Aquarium Photo Catalog. Over the course of the 3 years, we had a total of 15 right whales photographed in 9 separate sighting events. Just some highlights from year 1. We sighted 3 known whales: Palmetto, Giza, and 2160. 2160 had been sighted twice in year 1 by us. Palmetto was cited by us in March of year 1, and then was cited in a follow-up study in South Carolina in February 2020 with a calf. In year 2, we had 5 known whales cited, known to the catalog, and in year 3, we had 2, 4540 and 4120. And just another way of looking at our data, in year 1, 5 of the 8 whales that we submitted photographs for had been ID'd previously to the right whale catalog. In March, the first sighting of one of our whales was in 1989, and then it was followed up by a sighting in 2000. In January, it was only the second sighting of one of those whales, and it had new scars when we sighted it. And in February, it was a new whale to the catalog. In year 2, we submitted 2 sightings, both of which had been ID'd previously to the right whale catalog. And, well, I should say both of which were already known to the right whale catalog. In April, that animal was first sighted in 2004, and the last sighting of the December whale had been in 2017. So we updated that. In year 3, all 5 of our animals were known to the right whale catalog. And again, just some interesting highlights. Our May whale had been first sighted in 1981, one of our whales. The second one had been sighted in 1999, and the third one had been sighted 50 times between 2011 and 2019. In December, our whales had been was sighted 17 times between 2016 and 19, and the other one was sighted 32 times. So some of our sightings are of whales that frequent these areas, these waters. And with that, thank you very much.